Basically, it was a torture chamber, complete with a dentist's chair fixed to the ground and with points that you could kind of bind somebody's arms and legs to be able to stop them from moving. Hello, this is 10 Walks That Explain the Netherlands, and this is Nicholas Walton, and I am in Baarle-Nassau, which is a little chunk of the Netherlands near the Belgian border. If you saw the first video, then you'll know that it's not just as easy as that, because the whole town is just divided up into little chunks of Belgium and Netherlands. It's a most odd place. There's just the other side of the street, just by example, there's a little chunk of a different country to the one I'm talking to you from now. It can't be more than 20, 50 meters across, and it's not even a regular shape, but it kind of cuts through a couple of those houses opposite. It's a very odd situation. Now, the whole of this walk, the issue that I'm looking at is crime in the Netherlands. A few years ago, there was a forest ranger called Eric de Jong, and he noticed something strange on the breeze. He noticed some of the branches in this copse of trees had been cut in a strange way, and he investigated. He dug around. He found that there was a bit of carpet and some wood covering what was a hole in the ground, and there was a strange chemical smell. What he came across was a chemicals dump, the biggest chemicals dump that's been found in the Netherlands. Now, as you know, the Netherlands is super connected in terms of its geography. It's got all of these big rivers heading off into northwestern Europe, and it's connected to the rest of the world via Rotterdam and the ports and the seas that lie beyond. But those things that are the kind of secret sauce to Dutch economic vitality are also the reason why it makes sense to use this as a place to bring drugs into Europe. It's a great distribution point into the rest of Europe. And as most people know, also they have relatively relaxed drug laws here. So if you get caught here in any of these nefarious trades, then you're less likely to get a stiff sentence than if you were caught, say, across the border in Belgium or France or Germany. So for those reasons, the narcotics trade has absolutely boomed here in the last few years. Over in the Europort in Rotterdam, they're discovering drugs shipments all the time. In the past, this used to be, you'd find a load of packages of cocaine hidden behind a false wall in a packaging container containing something like bananas from Ecuador. But what has changed now is that it's actually the packaging that often contains the drugs. What they do is they use chemical solvents to dissolve things like cocaine and then impregnate it into materials such as packaging materials, which is why once they've actually brought the shipment in, there's no big packages of cocaine or white bags or whatever to discover, and then they have to take it off to the countryside, a place like the bucolic countryside around here in Noord-Brabant, and they have a chemical factory, maybe set up in some outbuildings in a farm in a very remote corner, and in that they set up a chemicals factory where they use chemicals to extract the cocaine and turn it into a saleable form, and from that point on they can ship it off to wherever they want in Europe. And that's why a place like Noord-Brabant has suddenly seen a boom in drugs related activity. Now, all of this drugs-related activity means that some pretty ghastly people and drug gangs have become heavily involved, and some of the findings that the police have come across are quite chilling. In Noord-Brabant, there was a container found deep in the countryside, and it was basically a torture chamber, complete with a dentist's chair fixed to the ground and with points that you could kind of bind somebody's arms and legs to be able to stop them from moving. The mind absolutely boggles with something like that. And this infiltration of Dutch society has led to a wave of violence. There have been assassinations. There was an assassination of a very famous journalist who was investigating some of the criminality involved with this. There have been shootings, there have been hand grenades, there have been fire bombings, things like that. So this is something that's really becoming part of, it's certainly, if you look at the news, it's part of what happens in the Netherlands in the 2020s.